always say, what's good for the goose, it's always good for the gander. Oh, sailor.
Type in the search.
We're live with TWD, the TWD podcast. Every Tuesday, you could check us out. Denise Harris and IKE DIAZ. How are you tonight, Denise Harris?
Cold. How are you?
All right. It's fun. We're back with TWD. Another good week. It was an awesome show this weekend. I only gave it a high 8. I know you said you saw that in the Facebook chat.
Yeah. Yep.
And
it was good.
But I explained why I only gave it a high 8, because it should have been a 10 on my end, but I gave it a high 8, and I think that's a good score.
It is. I gave it a 10. I thought it was very good.
Because even the week before, I gave a 10, and I really wasn't excited about that one. I gave that one a 10.
Yeah.
But this one was a high 8, everybody. And if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Then come back and listen to the podcast. But we're going to have a great podcast for you tonight. We got some trivia lined up. We have bio, and we're going to recap the podcast, and it's going to be awesome. It's really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get into everything. So how's your start of the work week? How's it doing?
Snowy. So we were busy over the weekend because everybody was getting ready for the snow.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's safe out there. Stay warm. This is crazy. Crazy weather.
Yeah, it's odd because you think that we would be getting hit because, we're in the mountains, so you would think that we would be getting hit.
What happened?
The other day I was out in shorts.
Oh, my God.
I'm serious.
Don't even.
I was wearing shorts.
Oh.
But the time change really, it did mess us up a little bit. I will admit it. Everybody's complaining about it. But in all honesty, for the first time, I felt the change.
It takes me forever to get acclimated, let me tell you. I hate the time. The only time I like it is when we fall back an hour in the fall. I'm like, yes.
Get that extra hour of sleep, huh?
You know it.
It happened while me and Lisa were on the air last Saturday. Well, all of us were on the air. It was 3 o'clock, and we were still on the air, and then all of a sudden it was 4 o'clock, and we were both like, shoot, I got to be at work in 2 hours, because Saturday...
It was crazy.
Sunday I go in at 7 a.m., because usually I go in at 4, but Sunday, since we do the podcast all night, I go in at 7, so it works out pretty good.
That's better than 4.
The problem with it is that I got a less hour of rest.
Well, yeah. That's what I don't like about it. It messes me all up.
So we have a great podcast for you tonight. I'm gonna give some quick shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Denise with All Things Walking Dead. Make sure if you're a member, make sure you join the chats. The chats are really getting awesome. They're gonna get awesome the closer we get to the season finale. And then also Hate Your Walking Dead group. Make sure you join that group and you chat it up and see what direction everybody's going in. I know you have a couple groups you want to give a shout out to. Yeah,
shout out to Zombieland and True Horror Junkies out there. Hope you're listening. I know you're home because of the snow, so hope you're tuning in.
Zombieland and True Horror Junkies, yeah. Cause I get in them once in a while because we do the Sweet Screams and stuff. Wherever you're at, wherever you post it, I just put Sweet Screams back. So if you post goodnight, I always just put Sweet Screams.
Yep.
So I know it's in one of the groups every time.
Yep. Yeah, Zombie World, I think.
Yeah. So we got a pretty good episode.
Oh yeah.
the storylines it kind of went more towards the way I like it. You know, I like it to go in a bunch of different directions, and it did. I love it when it goes into more directions than one. So I was pretty happy.
I thought it was a good episode. That was well written. It was good.
It's still the whole thing about TWD is you have to look for the clues if you want to really know what's going on. If you really want to know what's going on with TWD, you have to look for the clues. If you're not looking for the clues, you're not going to find much.
Yep, that's very true. Very true.
I mean, because you might have a clue from season 4 that pops up in this new season. And I've seen it happen, so it's pretty awesome to see.
Yep. Yeah, you'll catch those little things that they say and do. You'll catch it and say, aha. Yeah, so, yeah, you're right.
So I do want to give a shout out to... She's been helping us promote since we started, and she's finally thinking about getting a podcast. I don't know if you saw the message today.
Yeah, I did. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, because she's been helping promote us for a while, and we were just talking out of the blue. We mentioned the podcast, and she said she'll think about what kind of ideas she can come up with to create her own podcast, along with Allie, Patrick's wife. She's thinking about putting a podcast together, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're talking about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've been talking about it with Allie for a while, so hopefully she does it. So shout out to Diane Rangel, and like I said, she's been promoting us for a long time, and she's been promoting for me for the things I do. For like at least a couple years, I'm guessing. I'm just taking a wild guess. So, I appreciate all the help she's done, and I can't wait till she starts working for us, like, on a regular basis, you know?
Very cool.
Yeah, I asked her if she could come in and help out on Saturday nights with you and Chris in the chat, so we can keep people in there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to Diane Ringo and shout out to Allie, Patrick's wife. Hopefully they can get their podcast going. Hey, maybe they could team up and do a podcast. We didn't even think about that.
I'm sorry?
Maybe those two could team up and do a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
They kind of have the same hours on Facebook. Like the same...
Are you losing your voice?
I'm drinking water and pop right now. Does my voice sound a little?
That's what you get for wearing shorts the other day.
No, I don't get sick. I haven't been sick since the 90s. I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really haven't been sick since then. But I get bad allergies, though. I will admit that.
Oh, that'll do it. Do it.
I do get bad allergies, so once in a while my voice crackles a little bit.
Yeah, you sound like you're losing it a little.
Yeah, so I just lost one of my phones. I had it ready right here, and I don't know where it went, but I have to call my daughter here in a minute and see. My daughter always takes off with my phones. I don't know why. She's like addicted to those phones. So we got TWD. We've started. We started the podcast tonight. It's awesome. Denise Harris is actually filling in tonight for another co-host I had, and so Denise is awesome. Thank you, Denise, for doing this. You are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Anytime. I love co-hosting with you. I have a blast. It's great.
I think that we just have a great time talking about TWD.
Uh-huh.
I think that's our biggest thing. It's because it's just like we're just talking about the podcast, you know, like. So that's why, I think that's why we have such a good time, you know. And then we could. There's a couple things we get a debate about, like Morgan and because I'm kind of upset with Morgan again, but. And he was, like I said, he was just getting on my good side again, and he ruined that. But it's okay.
Well, no, he didn't.
Yeah,
No.
for me, he did ruin it. I will admit that. He
Really?
did. Yeah, he ruined it.
Oh.
Maybe he can come out of it, because the reason why is because he's the one. I believed in what he was saying. He was saying that he didn't want to kill anymore. So I believed in that. I believe in humanity, and you don't want to. And look at the first thing he does.
But in the apocalypse, are they really going to let you do that? You can believe it, but in all reality, how long can you go without doing that?
Yeah, but this is somebody who he's coming up with, who he's learning to defend, who he's becoming friends with, and all of a sudden he goes and just does that, and it's just like, I know the guy was off on a deep end, and that's part of one of my trivia questions, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think it came down to it's like Richard told him, you can't go be in here in this world and not kill. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's people are gonna die, but I just think that was the wrong situation. I guess they were just proving a point to. I think both of them were scared to do that to each other, just like the group that came for the cantaloupes from Negan's camp. They were scared to go back and tell Negan that even happened.
Oh well, yeah.
So
and they didn't.
I guess that Negan maybe fear King Zeke's group a little bit, or has a little bit more respect than we think.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a turning point for everybody, that episode. So we shall see.
So what if I told you the Earth was flat? No, that's another podcast. That's another podcast.
Will you stop?
I know. Did you see the dime thing that I posted? I posted that dime thing.
Yes, I did.
There's in some of those, because I posted it in like 4 or 5 groups, and some of those groups, there's over 100 comments, and people really don't know who it is.
I did see that. Yes. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to. So when that comes up, is that going to be one of the conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I want to do it because, like, remember I was telling you it has my name in it, so
I can't wait for that because that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah,
I think
it's just like half the people say one thing and half the people say another, and we'll say about 40% of the people say one thing, 40% say another, and then about 20% say somebody even totally different. So it's just so crazy. It's so crazy that whole thing. And then me, I've been stuck on that flat world thing for like the last 2 months. Desiree got me into this, our sister Desiree, so now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
It's my OCD. It kicks in.
That's right.
But we got to get over to TWD. It's going to be an awesome podcast tonight. Denise Harris and IKE DIAZ on KB.